Yeah, so everything blessed, levels are good, energy's high. We're back again. It's another one. But first, DJ Khaled, come on. But first, people, I like that one there. But first, people, importantly, what you don't need to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yeah, the UK Rap Podcast Show.
Hit the notification bell, all them things.
Just like that. So we're back again. Another episode. Your host, DJ Cage, alongside co-host DK/DJ Diamond.
They are in the building.
They're in the building, in the cut. We're back again with nothing but good energy. Another guest. We've just been weeing off beer guests, as you've done now. Keeping it consistent. And it's for the people, them. Yeah? Shout out to the previous guests, them, on the show. Make sure you go check out the shows on the YouTube and them thing there. Make sure you go check out the Instagram page as well. Yeah? Shout out to all the sponsors, them. Big them up, big them up, big them up. It's all in the bio, people. So, yeah, hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's had a good week. You know? DK, everything blessed.
It's been alright. Can't
complain. We've got guests. We're going to get into the guests in a minute. My week's been blessed, you know. Just got to thank Jah, you know what I mean? Thank God and all of that. But yeah, week's been blessed as per usual, you know. Nothing new, just catching up on a couple little things and a couple of episodes of this and that and music, and yeah, been kind of slacking on the music videos thing. You know them on there? I ain't really been...
A few drops still.
Nothing's dropped.
A few dropped over there last week.
You know what I'm saying? And plus, like, oh yeah, let's just wheel these ones off still before we get into the guests and that. For those that don't know, make sure you check out like Young Teflon's thing.
Yeah.
He dropped his thing, Me Against the World, or Me Against, is that it? Me Against the World.
Something like that. Yeah,
something like that. Shout out out to my brother Seasonal. Shout out to you. I see you doing your DJing thing for Young Teflon on the tour and that. Yeah, so I respect that. Also K-Trap and Blade Brown, they dropped their thing.
Joints.
Dropped their little duo thing called Joints.
Yeah, it's bad still.
You know what I mean? Have you checked it out?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Each one teach one.
I haven't really got into that yet properly
still.
Even Young Tefs, I got into like couple still, so them one are still kind of fresh still. But yeah, see, the weather last week was nice. Good weather. Weather going back to crap again.
Even though it got cold about 6, it was alright. It was alright till about 6. Then it got cold.
The weather's gone kind of cold again.
It's rainy and that.
But yeah, I kind of feel though, in the UK rap scene right now, as things is kind of warming up, you know, I think enough things is gonna be dropping. It's that season soon still, where enough artists are gonna be dropping this, dropping that. You know?
They're getting ready for festivals, innit?
I know
get
that.
People used to the tunes.
Trust me.
You know, ready for festivals.
See Stormzy mashing at the place.
Yeah, he's on tour
mashing
right now.
at the place, and it's mad as well because I seen one. I seen something on Insta where someone put up the clip of Stormzy and they put a little caption saying like, "This man is not on no Insta, on no Twitter, on no Snap, no nothing." And just look at crowd. I thought, yeah, you know what? Still, them man, he's not on nothing, is he?
No.
He's done with it, innit?
Yeah.
He's done with it. Like JME. He's like a JME, innit?
Yeah, JME just don't follow no one.
Nobody. But yeah, so shout out going out to Stormzy on this thing still. But yeah, apart from all of that, just give you a bit of liquor, you know? But yeah, we got special guests in the building. Got special guests. Man like Chris Satta in the building.
Man, wicked man, Chris.
Been a while,
man. The last show was
like 2 years ago.
Nearly 3 years ago now.
See 3 years ago.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, has it been 2 years or 3? But it was before lockdown.
Yeah,
and it was summertime.
Yeah, it was summertime still. It was. It was. In the sweatbox.
Yeah. The sweatbox. That was
crazy.
Yeah, it was a hot day as well. That was like the hottest day of the year that day.
Hot. Very hot.
Sweatbox for true.
So yes, Chris Satta, yeah, yes, my brother, like I said, big up yourself. Yeah, man, know you differently to the people them what don't know who you are. I want you to just endorse yourself still. So just run down your local bio, Chris Satta, and then boom, we're gonna get into what we need to get into.
Yeah, man. So I'm Chris Satta, DJ, broadcaster, do my own radio show, I do my own events. And yeah, I do freestyles as well on my own YouTube channel.
All right, so you heard it there from the man himself. So yeah, like how we start off with things. Yeah, let DK just run it down.
Yeah, we take it back to the beginning, like how you grew up, what school you went to, how was school life, what was you listening to at the home, growing up, what was playing, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, man. So yeah, obviously I grew up in Cheltenham, born and raised. Even though everyone thinks it seems that I'm from Bristol for some reason. But yeah, no, I'm from Cheltenham. Went to Bulcaris School, which was, a decent school at the time. And yeah, school life was alright, man. I kind of messed around a bit at school, like mucked around quite a bit. And I probably didn't do as well as I could have. Do you know what I mean?
What's that like in academic level you're talking, yeah?
Yeah, secondary school. So like, I mean, I never did anything like too serious, but like, do you know what I mean? I was always just messing about, and like the teachers, they kind of had, I think, a bit of a soft spot for me. Do you know what I mean? Like I managed to just get away with certain things. But yeah, overall, do you know what I mean? I managed to get through it all right. But yeah, man, there was a lot of fun times at school. Like looking back now, do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't think sometimes it's like it's not until you look back until you realise how blessed you were. Do you know what I mean?
Miss school.
I wouldn't go that far.
No.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah,
I mean, there's times that I do
strong.
miss, like just that sort of.
School was lit.
It was that camaraderie of you and all your friends, like all that
school,
laughing, like jokes. And you didn't really have too many worries, do you know what I mean? Like, the biggest worry you had, they weren't always that big. So, yeah, school was cool, man, looking back. And yeah, like in terms of music and stuff, I mean, from a very young age, like I grew up around my mum and dad, like always having music in the house, and they had a very wide range of taste, you know what I mean? Like they would listen to like a lot of like singer-songwriters, people like, I don't know if you know, like Carole King, like Joni Mitchell, like these kind of American singer-songwriters, you know what I mean? Like they were kind of hippies back in the day, so they liked all that kind of,
So obviously I guess your parents was like heavy in that area.
Yeah.
Come on.
They liked all that sort of freewheeling, like, free spirit sort of music and stuff. But they liked all sorts of stuff, you know what I mean? So like from an early age, I grew up appreciating loads of different types of music. And there was always music around the house.
So was your parents from Cheltenham, yeah?
No, so they're actually from Glasgow.
Right.
Okay.
Because basically what I was going to say is, so what Cheltenham's history, what back in those days, what hippie thing I go on in that Cheltenham.
I think there was though.
I don't even know.
Maybe not Cheltenham, but in
I don't know. I don't really know too much about Cheltenham like that.
It's out in the country, though, isn't it? So
it is. So carry on there.
So yeah, so they're from Glasgow and they grew up in like the 70s. You know what I mean? So they were kind of like, they liked all like guitar stuff and all like the singer-songwriter stuff. And but as the years went on, they obviously got into different stuff. And yeah, like I think from an early age, I just had an appreciation for like a wide range of music, and I just really liked old music. Like I think their love of music kind of, drilled into me. And then, yeah, I was just really fascinated by music from before my time. Like I don't know why, I just found it more interesting than the music of my age, of my time.
But I've got a brethren like that still, what kind of like, even when it's down to like, obviously we're going to get into the elements of the dancehall and ragga, but I've got a little one brethren still, and when man used to listen certain tunes, and I'm not saying he didn't used to like the tunes what we was listening to, but he was more interested in the older thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the old school, like what I know, like what my mother and father would more listen to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get that. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, so like I was just really interested in old music, like whether it was like Motown or like 70s guitar bands, or like I just had a real fascination for like older stuff. And there was stuff from my era that I did like, but generally I was just more interested in the older stuff. And it was like that for years, like, and obviously, after a while, naturally I came across reggae and like really sort of fell in love with that. And I say reggae, it was at first it was like ska and rocksteady.
Okay. So what are you, the only sibling?
No, so it was me. I've got an older brother, 2 years older than me,
right,
and younger sister.
So did they get you into it, or?
So my older brother, he wasn't really into reggae like that, but I think he might have had like 1 or 2 CDs. You know what I mean, like knocking about, and I probably picked up one of them. But obviously, even before that, I'd known about Bob Marley and stuff. But I didn't really know like that much about it.
So what kind of age did you kind of get introduced to
I think probably my first introduction was probably about 12, 13.
Right.
But then, you know, it was probably like 13, 14, 15 that I really got into, you know, fell in love with it. Because that time I was still listening to other types of music, do you know what I mean? Like I was saying, I was still like...
Because that's kind of... Hold on, because I'm not even cutting you, because that's kind of mad still, because... How would I say that? Let me land on this one. It's Cheltenham. There's like... Nah, don't even laugh still, because I know where I'm going with this. Cheltenham's got no, like... They got enough Africans there, innit?
Do you know? I don't even know.
Nah, they got enough African... Like, there's like...
I don't even know.
There's like enough African students there. Like...
It might be, yeah.
No, I'm telling you this, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, probably, yeah.
So I kind of thought you would have been more into the not the Afro beats, but you know, like the Afro swing and them type of sound there, because I know I personally know there's not like a big wide number of African youths, but I know there's quite a bit of African youth. Them in
was it
Cheltenham.
like that, like
not down here
back in the day though, or was it?
Yeah, that's what I'm
recently?
saying. Back in the day, ish.
Okay, yeah.
Ish, you get what I'm saying? So when you're saying age 12, I'm trying to guess your age and trying to put two and two together. But yeah, go on, land, carry on.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't know any African people, like, you know, back in those days. Like, obviously, I didn't come from a very diverse... Cheltenham wasn't very diverse. You know, it's more diverse now.
Yeah.
But back then, I mean, 10 years ago, like, you know, 12 years ago, it was even less diverse than it is now. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I say, like, back then, it was like couple.
You know, there was only, like, 2 black kids in our whole school.
Right.
You know what I mean? One was in the year above.
That's
one was in the year below. There might have... I'm pretty sure, there was only 2. Like,
it's probably still like that now. Nah, I don't know.
Like
I don't even know still, you know.
I think it is more diverse now. Like, I think
it's got to be more.
I think it is.
It's got
because like I said, there's enough African man out there. I'm gonna chop down the place.
So it wasn't the case of like I was friends with people who were listening to that and they got me into it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you just stumbled across it.
It was just through like my love of music. Like I was a music lover. Like I just love music. You know what I mean? I love going to the shops. I had this thing about buying CDs. Like I love buying CDs.
So what was it? CD days? Like, did you miss the record? What? Did you just miss the record days, or was it? Like
Although
CD days?
I did get into vinyl as well separately, but that was obviously after the vinyl era had kind of passed. But
what do you know about our price and them CD shops and that?
Our price.
That's going way back.
No, I'm just testing. I don't. Obviously, man, don't know his age like that.
That all shut down before.
Okay.
It was more like HMV.
Oh, just the standard ones, yeah. Okay.
Then you had a shop called Rise, actually, which used to be called FOP, which is like a big chain which have got them all around the UK. I think Rise was only in Cheltenham, but Rise was a good shop because it was kind of like an independent record shop.
Okay.
But it was
Like
mostly
a Chemical
CDs.
Records.
It was mostly CDs, like, but it was a record shop, like, and the manager there actually, this guy called Ben, like, he was quite into reggae as well. He was a white guy, like, well, probably a lot older than me, like, probably about 15 years older than me, but like he was into reggae as well. So when I kept going there to buy reggae, he was like, "Oh, okay, so you might like this, like, and you might like this," and like it got to this thing where like every week he was like ordering new stuff in for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was like pretty much the only person going to the shop to buy that music. So like we built up like a little friendship, sort of, not friendship, but like, you know, like a little good rapport.
Yeah.
But these are all old albums that he was like recommending to me, like, or they were either old albums that he was getting on like reissue, or they were like these compilation albums. So you know when labels like say like the best songs from this era, to have like I don't know, like lovers, best lovers or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be all these albums, and they had these loads of Studio One ones as well. So it would be like there's this record label called Soul Jazz Records, who are like a London-based record label, and they reissued loads of old Studio One stuff into these compilation albums. So that was really educational for me because like every week I'd go and you know, there might be a fresh one there. So one week it would be like Studio One Lovers. Right. Next week it would be Studio One Rocksteady. Like next week it would be Studio One Dub. And like you've got all these different artists on this one album. So every week I'm like reading all the notes and I'm like, okay, so these are all the artists, you know, like then that sort of then leads on to like finding out more about these artists.
Of course.
So it was just like a great introduction to like the whole
So you're
thing.
like booming out the music at home and that.
Yeah, so like a little mini hi-fi system.
So obviously the parents them didn't mind, obviously they're from the hippie era and that, so they didn't really mind about the music.
Yeah, I mean, I think they become a little bit less hippified by that age. You know what I mean? Like, so what
about
But they were still in spirit. They didn't mind it. Yeah.
So what you know about like the DJ Kenny era? Is it DJ Kenny?
Yeah, it was.
Was it DJ Kenny? DJ Kenny.
Yeah.
Mad. You know about that era there? Like the
But that was
CD.
he's American, wasn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
What, DJ Kenny?
We did.
So that was
We talking about
American.
mixtapes.
So that was
DJ
American
Kenny
tempo,
CDs
innit?
was brother at one stage.
Would they copy? Would they like the copy CDs that you get like?
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
market and stuff?
Brother.
I never had that.
Every
Bro, I'm
car,
from
I
Cheltenham, man.
swear to
I
God,
did that, I'm like,
DJ Kenny CD them was
You can download them though, like
Mad.
LimeWire and certain
Mad.
things like that.
okay.
So with the like the reggae thing, like, what about like would you into like the sound systems like the Mighty Crowns and
So
them
not
type
at
of-
first, to be honest with you. I
no?
didn't,
Okay.
like that came later when I got more into DJing.
Alright.
At first, it was just literally just the music, and like I didn't really know any reggae DJs, or I didn't go to DJs for reggae.
Yeah,
because
because
I was
like,
just going to the record shop.
cause
And
what did
that-
get you into DJing?
So DJing itself, well, I mean, years before I actually officially became a DJ, like I was always one of the people in my friendship group that would always want to play the music. You know, like I would always walk around with this iPod speaker, like, you know, the sort of fold-up ones. Like I would literally walk around everywhere with it, like at school, like if we went to the park or went out in the evening, like I would always have that with me, like, and it would always be me playing the music. So like, I was almost like playing the role of the DJ without officially being the DJ. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously when it came to like house parties and stuff, like we were always the one, me and a few of my mates, we always like selected the music. And I had a friend actually as well who was he's like made a lot of drum and bass beats, and he actually became really like prominent in the scene of drum and bass like at a very young age, and he was a DJ as well. And he was obviously DJing in his bedroom a lot. Every time we went to his house, you know, we just get the vinyl out or whatever, because he learned on vinyl, like,
Right.
you know, purposefully, like. And so I was like, yeah, I need to get into this, like, do you know what I mean? So then when I was 16, so I left school. I went to college, this college called Saracens College for like 2 months. I dropped out. I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. So I got a job and then bought some decks. So I got these stuff. For some reason, I wanted to learn on vinyl. I was like, you know, that's
Okay,
the
I was
cool
going
way
to say, what
like,
did you
that's
start
the way
on?
to learn,
So
like,
you got final. What were they called?
so the first set, I can't remember what they're called. Well, I actually went to the, I went to the shop and I got, it was this second-hand shop like down the lower high street in Cheltenham, and it was this set of decks, and it was like, I took them home and I was like, yeah, can't wait. Put the record on, tried like jogging the vinyl,
put
and
it
it was
with
a
high
belt
speed
drive.
or nothing. Yeah. Belt drive, you know.
One of
Remember them
decks-
days?
Nah,
Remember them
stop
days?
it, man. Stop it.
Them days there.
Bro,
Struggle days.
I had to take it back the next day. I can't wear this. I got my money back and then
Hey.
I didn't know what I was getting. Like I didn't realise the difference.
I tried to ask what was it you got? Yeah.
So then I got a set of vinyl decks which they weren't much better to be honest, but they were direct drive.
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
They were Cam, K-A-M.
Oh yeah, remember them? Yeah,
Wow.
it comes.
It's probably
Yeah.
like the new it's probably the equivalent of what do you call
Wow.
it? Behringer mixers, like
Okay.
something that you stay away from if you can.
Now I remember the comes back in the days though.
Right,
Couple
right,
people
right.
had them, couple
Right,
people
right.
had comes back in the days.
But yeah, so I learned. I actually learned mixing on drum and bass though.
Yeah.
At the time, reggae was something that I never really considered DJing. Do you know what I mean? Because
Cheltenham's
love it.
mad.
Just play it and
Yo, Cheltenham's mad for that drum and bass and all that as well. innit?
yeah, like that was the
They're mad
music
for
that me and my mates. That was our common interest. You know, that was our common music. So like, that was where some people might get interested in like the latest rap songs that are dropping. Like we were just interested in the latest drum and bass. Like, obviously, I was still listening to reggae at home, and but that was more of like a personal thing. Because
Yeah,
my
I
friends
hear that,
weren't
I hear
really on that similar vibe. Like they kind of appreciated it, and I think through me they came to like it, but then it wasn't their thing. So drum and bass was always the natural music for me to start mixing. So yeah, I got the vinyl decks. Used to go to Chemical Records, like you said.
All right.
Yeah,
So you know about
mentioned it.
Chemical, yeah? All
in
right.
Bristol, Feeder Road.
Cheltenham to start
original
with.
was Cheltenham,
yeah,
really?
yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't even know it was in Bristol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
they
even
go
know
out
about Bristol
Feeder Road.
still. Yeah, and,
It closed about I think 5
in
6 years
Cheltenham.
ago.
Cheltenham was the original.
Yeah.
Original.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Cheltenham, and then we used to have Chemical Records, and then we used to have 45
45
records. in
records.
Gloucester.
Yeah, we used to just order them. Oh yeah, I remember going to that one in Gloucester, I think. But,
Yeah,
45
45 records.
yeah, I used to just
Pick
get the
them up,
vinyl.
pick them up.
Sometimes you'd go to Bristol just to get vinyl, come back, and be like, you're so excited about like maybe having
Yeah.
10 songs. You know what I mean? When
Oh, so you never went to Genesis?
Was that that was in Gloucester?
Nah,
No,
Bristol,
Bristol.
Stapleton
Bristol.
Road, Easton.
Oh, okay, that's a reggae record
That was more
shop.
for the
That's
reggae
all
and
roots
hip hop,
and
though,
stuff,
innit?
Nah, the man's got everything. Shout going out to the man himself, Dudley, yeah?
I actually sold
Big
tickets.
you up, big
I
man.
got big out Genesis.
Pick
I-
him up,
I
pick
actually
him up.
sold tickets for all my events through Genesis. 'Cause they used to
Yeah,
sell the
big
physical
up
tickets
the
as well.
man himself, yeah? Legend, brother. The man, him.
Is that still going? It can't be going now.
Old school.
Probably, I don't know, just selling.
Was it still going in?
Probably
I
just
can't.
doing
Genesis is
selling
still
tickets
going
and
in.
stuff,
Really?
innit? Probably just
Genesis
CDs
still like one.
on record here, there, probably.
Dudley.
innit?
Mad.
The man hit up man with some good rhythms. The remixes, them obviously that was
Is it
your
mostly
time.
vinyl?
Yo,
them
brother,
time,
you see
yeah.
like back in the day, the, like the vinyl thing.
Serious.
Yo, you see when it was like the remixes, like on the hip hop thing. Brother, I wish I still had some of them and just burn them off now. I know you probably got a couple.
Yeah, I got all of mine was them.
Bad. Used to go Bristol for them one there. Exclusive. So yeah, so carry on there, my brother.
Yeah, so I learned how to mix on drum and bass.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, it was like, I thought, I saw this competition for this. We used to go to this night in Bristol called Champion Sound. So me and my mates, we used to jump the train and go to Lakota. I don't know if you know Lakota.
Yeah, of course. Bristol's my, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, we used to go to Lakota to this night called Champion Sound, which was kind of like a reggae jungle night. So it was a lot of jungle, drum and bass, but it was
enough
like
of them thing
reggae.
of
Yeah, they have the mixed nights in.
They had a lot of
Bristol,
reggae
yeah.
stuff. Like I think one of the nights Rodigan played, like, so they had like good lineups. You know what I mean?
Man seen Buju there still.
But it's Lakota.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, what year was that?
Bro, this could be all like. This is way before. No, this was like maybe
90s, mid-90s,
this
late
is.
90s.
I think maybe this is just before he dropped Driver still.
Oh wow.
Yeah, big
That's
man
going
thing
back.
still. So yeah, that's going back. So
Can you imagine that now? When you're banning
Come
Lakota,
on.
bro. That's not happening, bro.
It's not happening, is it? 02. But yeah, go on.
So yeah, we used to go to these nights and be thinking like, yeah, this is a sick night, blah blah blah. And like we saw this competition. It was like win a reggae set at Champion Sound, and I was like, I had a friend Matty who's still one of my friends, good friends now. But we used to play. We were like the two sort of reggae fans within our friendship group. And I was like, why don't we just enter a competition as like reggae DJs, because we've got so much reggae, like we might as well just do it. And he was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And we didn't win somehow. I don't know how we didn't win. Like the guy who's mixed won, like I don't even know, but that kind of inspired me. I was thinking like, why not I just like actually DJ more reggae, because that's my real passion.
No, I hear that.
And then I ended up putting on my own event called Top Ranking in Cheltenham,
Okay.
because there was nothing really like that for people my age group that were into that music.
So what about radio and that? What DJs did you listen to? Like Chris Goldfinger back?
Yeah, it was Goldfinger.
Could I say Chris
I
Goldfinger?
didn't even really listen to like.
Is it?
I didn't fuck with any DJs until later. Like
Okay,
I was
that's
literally
mad.
just my DJ was like the record shop, so I'd go there.
Okay, so it was just
And
whatever
they
you
would
picked up
supply
is
them-
what you listened
they
to.
would supply
I'm trying to think,
music.
what year did Chris Goldfinger?
In the 2000s.
Yeah.
He was going on in the 2000s still.
Is it?
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
mid 2000s, late 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was still
Wow.
going. Yeah.
Sure, I'm gonna have to.
They used to have
Chris
like
Goldfinger.
free shows when actually, didn't they? I think they had Chris Goldfinger, Robert Ranks, and Johnny B at one point. Or maybe
Okay.
there was
And,
just two.
yeah, and
Okay.
Young Lion. Young Lion was on there as well. There was a couple
Yeah,
at the time.
Young Lion.
What? Chris Goldfinger was on one extra.
I don't think he was on one extra though. I don't think he was on there.
Is it? I don't
That was
think
like
so.
unless when they did the Radio One extra crossovers.
Oh, so he was on Radio 1, was he?
Yeah, he was
Ah,
Radio
okay,
One
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
Radio
He used to
1,
come on
man.
after Westwood.
This
Wow.
show was
Saturday night.
mad.
12 till 2.
Mad.
Yeah.
Massive B, them guest DJ, that mad.
That's a big
Chris
rap, bro.
Goldfinger, you know. Saturday night. Yeah?
I
Radio
didn't
1,
listen to
them
reggae.
time
Yeah,
they
I didn't
did.
even listen to radio
Mad.
like that in those
With
times.
them, yo, brother, trust me, mad. He used to interview all of them, the one of them, Caperton, Elephant Man, all that got sticky. You know? Don't even need to talk about that one there, but that one, that one is sticky. But yeah, so obviously, so you saying you didn't listen to Goldfinger and that. Okay.
No, like,
Mad.
I didn't really start listening to radio in general. Like,
Just
I
in
always,
general, yeah.
Radio, there was
yeah,
always
yeah.
on in the background. Like, I knew about radio, but I didn't listen to really any specialist shows.
Yeah,
do you
I
know
get
what
that, I get
until
that, I
a
get
few
that.
years later. So I started my event Top Ranking, and that was like, that was just the event that was really like the event. You know what I mean, for people my age who like drum and bass or reggae, like. So it really just popped off straight away, like, you know, because there was nothing else really like it in Cheltenham.
Yeah, I get that.
And obviously half the people there were people that I knew. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was this little club in Cheltenham. It's not even there anymore. It's called 24/7. So you got a bus station.
I probably
You
do
know where,
know.
like, Slugger,
but
you know where
They just
Yates
changed
is?
their
they
names all the
changed
time,
the
yeah.
Puna Nas Fez Club.
There's,
This
you know,
and
100
that,
names
bro.
over there, yeah.
They changed names.
They'll
Fish
probably
and,
know it if
Fish
you've
and
seen it.
Fiddle. That's probably still there.
The Frog
Yeah.
and Fiddle.
See it then?
Yeah,
Now it's called
yeah,
now
yeah.
look, they changed it to Frog.
Yeah.
Frog and Fiddle. But it used to be called Fish and Fiddle. But yeah, I get it still. So I get under the
Did he used to be called Fish and Fiddle?
Yeah.
Fish and Fiddle, my brother. Now it's called what? Frog and Fiddle.
Fish and Fiddle, that sounds a bit...
Yeah, Cheltenham's funny.
But yeah, it was this little club called 24/7, and we'd actually done like a birthday party there a couple of months before for our friend. Like,
Where's
we
it?
kinda
Upstairs
hired
thing?
it.
Is it
No,
like a wine bar
downstairs.
thing?
Yeah, so upstairs was the bar, and then downstairs it was like the basement venue.
I think I know where you're on about
Yeah,
still.
it used to be open until like 6, 7 in the morning. Hence why it was called 24/7.
Where's that on the strip?
You're not on about where Coco is, isn't it? Was it before Moon? was it before Moon?
No. So you know where? Do you know
Behind
where
the-
Yates's is?
Oh, okay. You're on about, that side you're talking.
By Revs, Vodka Revs. and
Oh,
Yates's,
okay.
around there. Yeah.
Okay.
It was an underground venue, like independently run and all that.
Where do you think? Like Coco, innit?
Yeah.
Coco
Yeah,
thing.
similar kind of vibe to that, but I think it's slightly bigger. But yeah, so did that, and that just, you know, did really well. And obviously, that was my first real step into DJing. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I hadn't been booked before, so I was literally just booking myself. Like, it was like, I was looking around. I was like, literally, like 5, 6, 7 of my mates are all DJs, and we're all good. Like, why don't we just put on our own event? Do you know what I mean? And just be the headliners for our own event. Do you know what I mean? And it just took off. Yeah, like I said, and then we ended up starting bringing in other people. Like, we got like the biggest spitters lot from Gloucester.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, you must know like Impact and like
Yeah.
Benji.
Of course I do.
Yeah, so they used to come down from Gloucester. So we'd have like Benji, Impact, Brink,
Brink. I was just gonna say. I knew you were talking.
NIC. Even Trips came and did a little set. Like, you know, like, so it was, you know, it was a nice little vibe. Like, it was like, you know, and Impact actually was quite, you know, he was pretty supportive in the early days. Like, so got to shout out Impact because he, you know, helped out with a lot of stuff. Like, in terms of if I needed something to be sourced, like, he'd be like, he'd know the person. Do you know what I mean? So like, so yeah, they were good in that respect. But yeah, so I carried that on for about a year.
You just sort out imps as well.
And then so then I moved to Bristol. So then I kind of took the event with me to Bristol. But in Bristol, like, I kind of decided to steer it more towards like a reggae direction because I knew that Bristol had a bit of a reggae scene. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Cheltenham, if I wanted to make it a successful night, I had to include drum and bass in it in some way because otherwise,
Because that's what I said.
you're not going to get 200 people coming to your event and feel like
Yeah,
reggae.
mad
Do you know what I
true.
mean? So I started doing reggae nights in Bristol, and I was a little bit like, I was kind of, because my introduction to Bristol reggae scene was going to these clubs, which was like mostly like what you'd call sort of like revival nights, I guess. Where it's mostly like hip, you know, kind of like crusty hippie sort of crowd with like maybe some old, slightly older generation like Jamaican people.
Yeah.
And it was just a bit of a weird mix mash, like, and I
Yeah,
just,
100%.
and I found like they weren't really playing
That's
the
a
real
mad mix,
authentic reggae.
Yeah.
Trust me, yeah. Like, but at the time, that's all I knew, you know, in terms of Bristol reggae scene. So like, that was just kind of normal to me. But I found like the DJs weren't really playing loads of like the authentic. I felt like they weren't playing like enough authentic reggae, like, because they were playing all these like digital dub steppers stuff, which are, you know, like, fair enough, you know, people like it, but it just didn't really resonate with me.
215 and all them thing there.
So then we, you know, really sort of focused on the fact that we were like a reggae revival night, like playing, you know, the real authentic sort of reggae, you know, from like the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
And we, you know, we had a little following, but I think we were always working uphill because people just didn't really care. Do you know what I mean? Like the newer generation didn't really care about that. Do you know what I mean? And then the older generation, obviously, they don't really go out to nights like that anyway. So if you might get a few of them who really, you know, appreciate what you're doing, but generally, you know, you really sort of there's not really much market to work with in terms of people, like crowd. But we carried on and we started bringing artists to Bristol. Like, we got Al Campbell to Bristol.
Okay.
he's like one of the 80s sort of reggae dancehall singers. You must know Al Campbell, right?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, like we were so gassed to get him because we found out that he actually lived in London.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously we just assumed that he lived in Jamaica.
Nah, cause enough of them old school
they
like
live over it, yeah.
enough of them old school singers back in the the early 80s, mid 80s and that. Like enough of them still, like enough of them you would think are from Jamaica. Like enough of them are UK based still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Enough of them. Cause like I bet you some people would think my mum's from Yard. Priest there, what name?
Maxi Priest.
Yeah. British
man.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
You see what I'm saying? Like no people. Nah, he's
But I
not
think Al
from-
Campbell was
from
obviously
Jamaica.
originally from Jamaica, but then he moved.
Moved to
Yeah,
England and
yeah.
whatnot. Okay, so you say you bring them on to Bristol.
Yeah, so we went to Bristol, and that was like a real special night for us because it was like he was one of our kind of the people that we like.
You put up there on that
we
figure.
put up there, and like we were getting into Bristol, and like we were outside these clubs handing out flyers, and like some people were like, "You're bringing Al Campbell to Bristol?" Like they were looking at us like two little white guys, like,
What do you know about
You look completely out of place, like, what? Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And we're just like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like we love the music. And,
That's a try a thing.
yeah, and then we went down and like that was a real like special night. We had him. He just did like a live PA basically.
But what was your events called then?
Top Ranking?
Oh, still okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because I felt like the name fit with the reggae theme. Do you know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah, I
obviously
get that. I
based
get
on a
that.
reggae
Yeah,
song,
I
so,
get that.
So yeah, so we did that, and then we did another one with Anthony Johnson, who's another sort of singer of that era. And we actually did like a sort of live, what do you call it?
What band thing?
No, so we had like 5 MCs basically sharing the mic. So we had Anthony Johnson, and he actually came with Al Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Al Campbell was kind of like representing him at the time. And then we had Daddy Freddy, Blackout J.A.,
Shut up.
and I think one of the MC. Like, and it was literally like 5 of them, just like it was just old school vibes, like playing the rhythm.
Yeah.
They were like doing a little bit, and then wheel it up, and then they pass the mic and do it again. And that was like real. That was real crazy. Like,
Obviously, I guess you wasn't a bit too late for like the stage shows and that, like Sting, Passa.
Yeah.
Obviously, not even Sting, but like stuff like Passa. I guess that was maybe a bit too late for you to take in then like the Yard thing on YouTube. And,
yeah, obviously I can see it on
and
YouTube,
them
but it's
thing.
not quite the same. Like.
Them thing were lit as well. Still. But yeah, carry on there.
But yeah, so we carried that on for a bit, and then it got to the stage where we were like doing these sick nights, and we were really proud of them. And like the people that really appreciated the music and knew about the music were like telling us like, yeah, like, you know, keep doing what you're doing, like it's needed in Bristol, blah blah blah. But it just got to the stage where it's too expensive to keep it going because you're paying for all these artists. We were using the Black Swan at the time, which doesn't have a sound system.
Serious pub, you know. Well done, with the Black Swan and Eastern.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So
we used the back, obviously the back.
yeah,
The back
early times, very techie. The Black Swan. I've been there a couple times, and yeah, shit goes down, man. Shit goes down. The Black Swan, Eastern Stapleton Road, by the chicken shop. Yeah, some good nights down the Black Swan, but Bristol like had its time though still. But yeah, them places they're like Badman place, same time. Lebeck's and them, you know about them pub there.
I don't know Lebeck's.
Right, you like Lebeck's and them place more like down the road. Them serious killy them pub. I know like the
The Blackbirds, Free Blackbirds.
after big at the one in Pools is up on the corner, man.
Criterion.
Yeah, that one there. Gully man ting. Proper rude boy shower man pub that as well, yeah. Proper killy them, big at the killy them from down Dessa. Yeah, enough love down there as well. Trust me, I played down there a couple nights as well. But yeah, so carry on the Black Swan.
Yeah, so we used the Black Swan, and we were obviously paying for like the sound system. You know, we had to hire like a reggae sound system to come in. And it just got all too expensive, you know what I mean? Because at the time, like, I was a student, you know what I mean? I was spending all my money, all my student loan on this
yeah,
event.
I was just going to say.
I had 2 part-time jobs, which just about kept me going, you know. Like, we used to go to Asda for the monthly shop, and it would be like £1 pizzas, you know what I mean? All this
real
like
thing,
stuff.
real thing.
But yeah, like, we managed to keep it going for as long as we could, I think, you know. But in the end, it just wasn't really sustainable, you know. You know, you can do it as much as you want, like for the love, but if you haven't literally got the money to do it, then it's like it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
So we did, you know, I carried on with Top Ranking, and I did smaller events at places like Cozy's and like Star and Garter.
Right.
And you know, we kept it sort of just about going. But then
So he's that Cheltenham guy doing things up in Bristol.
yeah, so he was actually in London. He moved to London when I moved to Bristol, but he would, you know,
Oh,
and forth.
yeah.
you know, but yeah.
So when was the crossover from top ranking to where you are now?
So Brockhoff, yeah.
Yeah.
So really, I guess it just came from natural progression, really. So like, as I was saying, top ranking was at a stage where it was kind of fizzling out anyway. Like, and then yeah, like really, I think it was my first trip to Jamaica that really kind of turned things around. Like obviously,
What year was that?
So that was late 2015.
Okay. Which part of Jamaica as well? Just to let the people them know as well.
Just Kingston, yeah, just
yeah,
Kingston.
let the people them know as well. 'Cause I know some people them don't want to touch the island. Yeah, on the go back and you know, go touch out there. Tell the people them, yeah, because you what was it? What you won? Or did you go
No, so me
first
and
time?
My friend, yeah.
So
So
you and
the
your
first time it was me and my mate Matty.
Yeah, see him and his mate Matty. Him and his mate Matty jump on plane and when you stop going Ibiza man them and go yeah, I'm real. Stop going Ibiza man. Go touch.
Does anyone even go Ibiza anymore?
Yeah, people still go Ibiza Napa and that. They don't want to go yard and that. Too scared. I know some don't want to go yard. Too scared. So yeah, go and tell them you and Matty went yard. So I rate that. So yeah, you mean DK? So you and Matty.
Yeah. So we. Do you want to talk about Jamaica then, or
Kingston. So you touched Kingston.
Yeah. So we hired out this Airbnb like apartment, like this.
What Airbnb was going in from then?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Right.
I think it was in the
Is
beginning
it?
days.
Yeah.
It hadn't blown up like it had now.
No, yeah, okay.
But yeah, it was like a sort of bungalow sort of thing.
Go on.
Which we just hired out for like 2 weeks.
Go on.
And that was just off Old Hope Road. So not too far from like, I don't know if you like Ligony. Like you had the big
So how far was you from downtown, or was you kind of in between like uptown and downtown? I guess.
I wouldn't even
Or
be able to
wouldn't
tell you.
even
Like,
kind of know. Okay, brother. Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, but it was literally like, you know where the Bob Marley Museum is?
Yeah.
So it wasn't too far from down there. So like, obviously that's Old
Yeah,
Hope
so it
Road.
kind of sent in, but yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, you know, it didn't feel like, this is crazy. Like, do you know what I mean? We're in like a little sort of, like a little residential.
I
sort of
know.
bit. But yeah, it was nice. Like, so we just stayed there for 2 weeks, and yeah, like until that point, I hadn't really been that into like the modern dancehall side of things. Like,
Wow.
I was, like I said, I was just really into the older music.
So what did you go there for? A holiday, or just literally going there to take in like the
Yeah,
music scene,
taking
the
the
culture?
music. I
and
wouldn't
that?
really call it a holiday because, like, you know, we never booked a hotel. Like I said, like we never. I don't think we went to the beach like once. Like we went to Hausha
Yeah?
Beach. We went to Hausha like for one night, but most of the time we were just like trying to go to studios and like.
Right.
So did you link up with any
Go on,
artists on
go
that
on,
on
go
that
on.
trip out there?
Yeah, so the first, it was actually not the first night, the second night, we were, the woman who ran the Airbnb, she was this manager for this band called Raging Fire.
Right.
They're like one of the sort of new school, I think they're still going now, but at the time they were like one of the new school reggae roots, bands that were just breaking through. And she was the manager for them, or so she said. But she linked us up with this guy called Damalistic, who was a European DJ who was staying at one of her properties as well, and he was a producer as well. I think he was from France or Germany, but yeah, we were speaking to him, we were like, yeah, I want to get some dub plates, like blah blah. And like he was asking us, like, which artist do you want dub plates from? We were like, I want this dub by Kabaka Pyramid, and he was like, okay, yeah, like I'm going to his studio tomorrow night, like do you want to come, like sort of thing. So that we were like, yeah, of course. Like, so then we got the taxi to his studio, and we were like so gassed. We were like, we're in Kabaka Pyramid's house, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
So you see when you caught the taxi, yeah, just you and Matt.
and Dan Mellistic as well. So
Oh,
he
okay,
gone-
so you did-
he'd been to
So there wasn't like
Jamaica.
bare people jumping in the taxi. So you didn't
Not
experience
yet.
that one.
Not yet.
All right. 'Cause
Not yet.
you must know about that, innit? Yeah, come
Yeah,
on, my
yeah.
brother. Yeah, go on.
But
So
this
carry
is
on.
at night time, so they still do that at night, don't they?
Yeah. Same
Not
way,
quite
bro.
as much.
Same way, you know. It's mad. It's just mad. I said it sweets me over there. It sweet me, you know. Trust me, I love it out there. So carry
But we
on.
did hire a car eventually, but this was like literally the first night, so we hadn't had a chance to like get our bearings or like, sort out
Yeah.
that
Of
sort
course.
stuff.
But
But yeah, we got in the taxi and went there and like He's like, yeah, you have to come here at night because it's so hot during the day that I can't record in the studio, because his studio was out in the garden. It was like a little sort of, almost like a shed.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like a big shed in the back of his garden. So it was like, yeah, you can't record during the day because it's just too hot.
Peak.
So we went there at night time and it was still
Peak.
boiling.
Yeah,
I was like,
of course.
this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, just how can you even work in this heat? Like, obviously, you know, he's used to it. But yeah, and he just recorded the dub in one take. Like, there was 2 dubs. We gave him the info, and then literally within like half a minute, he just read the names, read the info, and then he recorded. And like, he recorded these dubs like they were a whole new song. Like, the way that he recorded them was like, you know how like the artists, they like chop your name into the songs and stuff. Like, the way he did it was so like, he actually did it like in like such a skillful way. And I was just like, you're mad. Like, you literally just heard these 2 names within like half a minute, you can like literally incorporate them into the lyrics in a way that sounds like it's a whole new song. And I'm like, yeah, you're sick. Like,
and they're very creative people.
So that was an experience, like seeing him do that dub for us, and then we were all gassed about that. Like, you know, we got 2 dubs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, which for someone who's like a serious salmon, that's like,
come on.
you know, that's just nothing. But like for us,
You get overcharged? You get them free?
Of course, you don't get them for free.
Yeah,
No.
you never, you know?
I can't
If I said you get them for free, or did you get overcharged?
I don't know if we got overcharged, but we definitely
Yeah, probably get
charged.
overcharged just a little, you know what I mean? Like, first time coming yard and obviously test out the waters and thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I guess you, like, we're here now, so how many times have you been Jamaica since that first time?
So I think it's been at least 3 times.
See it there?
I think 3, if not 4. I'm pretty sure it's 3, so 4 altogether.
See it there?
Yeah.
See it there? What, back to the same place as well? Or you've been different parts of Jamaica?
So just back to Kingston, yeah. So
Yeah,
I've
okay.
never been back to that same Airbnb.
Apartment? Yeah.
But yeah, back to the same.
Back to Kingston, same way though.
Yeah, man.
So obviously with coronavirus took place,
Yeah.
and I seen obviously you took time and captured the right time as well. So obviously I guess coronavirus kind of helped out in a
way, yeah.
in a way for you as well, because obviously
Yeah.
seeing doing your thing, doing up the live thing on the gram, you was doing up the IG live. Like I said, it's perfect timing because everybody's inside them time there, and a lot of DJs and that really didn't have a lot of work to do as well, because even when you're playing certain music, copyrights, they're locking off your live and that as well anyway. So them little thing there, so you know what I'm saying, you just get bored. You're like, so what am I gonna do? But with your thing now, like I said, coronavirus, right time, it worked out perfect for you.
Yeah.
So you interviewing certain artists that I grown up listening to, for example, you know, like the Assassin and then type of man there. You know what I'm saying, brother? Like enough artists you done them, you know, that era as well. You done as well. So how did you get that link? And basically how did you get the link and what made you want to take it to that level there? So
With the interviews and stuff, like So obviously by that point when lockdown had hit, like my channel had already kind of established, you know, it was fairly established. So like I guess at that point it might have been harder for me to get these interviews if I hadn't already built up that established my channel to to that certain extent. But yeah, I think with lockdown it was a case of like all of a sudden everyone's got all this time on their hands. You know what I mean? Like artists can't move. You know, artists are in their studio, they're in their house, locked down. So not saying that they're just going to give an interview to anybody, but like, do you know what I mean? Like they've got a lot more time on their hands. Do you know what I mean? Whereas before it's like they've got a very busy schedule, and it's like you're trying to like fight for this little window of opportunity in their schedule. Whereas now it's like their diary is just completely open. So it made it a lot easier for people like me to want to link up with them and do an interview. And obviously as well, I think it kind of...
Because you linked it with Bounty, right? I started seeing a picture of you, and correct me if I'm wrong.
So I've got a picture of Bounty, but I've never done any work with him.
Wait, that was in Yard though, innit?
Yeah. So that was before lockdown though. But
yeah. Go on, my brother. Go on.
But yeah, with lockdown, I think like it just forced everyone into a state of like, oh shit, like what do we do? Like, you know, we need to do something. It was like stinging, like that thing of like when something bad happens and it just springs you into action, doesn't it? You kind of think like, right, what can we do about this? Like, how can we try and make the best of this situation? And obviously, yeah, you had a lot of DJs doing live streams, with like the DJing and stuff, which I did a little bit of, but I never really took to it that much. So I kind of thought, what can I do that's, how can I what can I do to provide some kind of, entertainment or some kind of...
Still feel that passion as well.
Yeah, just kind of like, not keep hope, that sounds a bit like corny, but like just try and keep the spirits high and like, give people something to look at,
Yeah, 100.
You know what I mean? So like, so I managed to get some good interviews. And that was interesting actually, because I'd never used Instagram Live until that point. And I think, a lot of people hadn't used Instagram Live, and it was like, this thing's been sat here for like years. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, people do use
people
it.
really
They have been
like
using
that.
it, but not very many.
And
all of a sudden, it's like,
everybody.
it's like everyone's on live, and it's like, okay. But it was exciting. Like it was kind of like nothing I'd ever done before. Because obviously I've done a lot of interviews before that for radio and stuff like that. But it's never like been that kind of buzz of having all these people watching you, and it's happening live. You're waiting for the artist to clock in.
Those are big names,
you know what I mean? And it was just a different experience, and I think it was exciting for us people as interviewers to get that kind of experience, because most of the stuff I've ever done before had been pre-recorded. So like, when you're doing an interview, and you kind of got that privacy, but when you're doing it on live,
it's just live.
Maybe 1,000 people watching you, and like, you can't mess up.
So people that was watching this, they're gonna obviously ask, so how did my man get that link? What, has my man got somebody in yard to say, yo brother, I'm doing this thing, can you? So what is it, directly you're hollering them through through the gram or email or whatever? I don't even need to know. But obviously, what is it, you directly hollering them and then they're getting back at you,
so I haven't got any team or anything, which I probably should have by now, like, do you know what I mean? But
easier, innit?
It's
much easier.
It's just me at the moment. So it was literally just, a few of them I had already connections with. So like, obviously, Sasko, like, I'd already worked with him when I was in Jamaica. So that was more of a easy thing to set up. And like some of them I hadn't met before, like Ramesh, like I didn't know him, he had never spoken to me before. And I was managed to get an interview with him, and I think
that was a big one.
I was just lucky, but I was just lucky in the sense that at that time my following was at a level where, it's not loads, but as people might look at it and think, okay, he's not a complete and utter nobody. Like he might only have 10K, like, but he's still got something, that's kind of worthwhile as getting.
But Chris at TV was popping them time now.
Yeah, the actual YouTube channel separately as well. Yeah, was doing well. So I think that definitely helped.
Yeah, because even if they didn't know you, they could type it in and then
exactly.
that
I
would
literally
pop
sent
up.
them a link to one of my highest viewed videos, and it's like, okay, like, not saying that it's always a given that you're going to get these things, but I think, like I was mentioning before, with the amount of time that these artists had on their hand, it's like all of a sudden they're more accessible. So, if they see that I've got X amount of subscribers and views and stuff, they think, okay, maybe.
Yeah, it just makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll just go for it. Yeah. And I saw that do it a lot. I saw them, people do interviews with a lot of people with not that big a following. So I thought, okay, maybe these artists are just, they're not bored, but they're
trying to stay relevant as well.
They're trying to keep themselves busy at the same time. So so it was a kind of positive experience in a way, but after a while it got a bit stale, and it was like, I was ready for this to be over with now. You know what I mean?
Calm. Rate it still. Rate it. I know enough people say, how my man get them linked there and sitting there. If they have link in yard. And so you say you still connected up with the yard people them back over there and that still, yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously you must got you one or two linky them by now, innit?
Yeah, so the first year that we went, me and my mate Matty, the person who was like the cleaner for the yard, like in the house that we were staying at, because she had like someone who was there to just do like sweep up the yard and stuff. Like, I think she was just trying to give her a part-time job. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a real serious job, but yeah, she we became really good friends with her on like the second or third day, and from there it was just like, when you just meet someone and it's like you just become like really solid friends from like day one. And for the rest of the whole 2 weeks on that first trip, we just went around with her, this girl called T. And she kind of knew her way around. Obviously, she was like pretty street smart. Do you know what I mean? Like she knew her way around Kingston, and like
she knows the thing. She knows the thing.
Like she was kind of respected as well. Like so, it was having someone like her to show us around was like pretty much ideal. Do you know what I mean?
That's blessed.
And it helped that. Yeah, that was the case. But more than anything, we just built up a real chemistry and a real friendship, and then. Since then, she's been like, one of my closest friends. So, so now, like, whenever I go there, obviously, that's the first person that I link up with. Like, she's there waiting at the airport, like
that, yeah.
Yeah, like she helps me get a car, like, and everything like that. And then it's just literally for a whole 2 weeks. Well, however long I stay there, because it varies from time to time. But it's just like that's it. It's just me, her, and then her girlfriend as well. So. It definitely, has made. I think without her, like, it might have been different, setting up Chris Satta TV and stuff like that, because I just didn't have that. I wouldn't have had that connection to.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just. Yeah. So. So last time I went was just before
Corona.
No, just after Corona.
Yeah,
that's
it was.
a whole other story. But yeah, it was about a year ago, roughly.
Yeah, well, yeah, for real. No, I rate that. Still, I rate that. So apart from the YouTube thing, obviously you're doing like the events thing and that. So what does kind of the future kind of hold for Chris Satta anyway?
So really, it's just trying to build my YouTube channel bigger. I feel like that's the thing that's really kind of taken off. Out of everything I've done, like that's the thing that's really taken off the most. Obviously, I've had my events in the past, like.
But this one, the YouTube thing, you take more pride and you're proper.
Yeah, it's just one of these things that, like, I mean, they all work together. Everything that you do, like as a DJ, whether it's events, radio, like they all come together and they're all part of your brand. You know what I mean? They're all part of you. But at the same time, I think if one thing in particular is really shooting off, then you've kind of got to focus on that to try and really, it's like you just focus all your energy where the momentum is, and then it'll just grow and grow. So yeah, obviously I'm still doing my event, still doing radio.
Big at the radio, so people don't know what radio.
So I do West Side Radio in West London. I do that every Monday night. So I do the dancehall show on there. So that's from 11 till 1.
What's that? So what? So what you drive up there, or literally you can do it from your yard and what you go quite up there?
Yeah.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes, bro.
Every
week.
Yeah, man.
I rate that. No, I rate
it used to be 12 till 2 as well. So I'd have a whole day at work, go there, finish at 2.
That's mad, isn't it?
Try back, and then I'd have work the next morning sometimes at 6. So then I'd just have a little hour.
Yeah, you need to just find one little linky out there. Yeah, just kick back and
London's too big for that, man. Because they're saying, I'm an hour away.
There's always a little linky out there, or in the outskirts in Staines or something, you know that? I mean, you know what I mean? Just find
even if they're like 10 miles away, that's going to be like at least an hour.
Yeah, it's mad like that in London still.
It's
mad like that, innit? It's mad like that. Okay, so I didn't realise you go over Dessa.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it pre-recorded from home.
You want to do it live though.
Yeah, but you rather
that's
do it
what
live.
most people do who live out of London. But like,
I'd rather be there live.
Be there live, innit? Taking
I
the
need
thing.
it, otherwise I don't have the same energy.
Yeah, I get that. And obviously, being on that station, obviously you're building more links as well through, obviously, the London airways and
so
certain
like,
promoter them and whatnot.
And another good thing about doing live is that you can have live guests on your show.
Calm.
So like, I've had a lot of
artists pass through.
London-based dancehall artists,
and both, yeah, of course.
So it's obviously when you speak to them on the phone and do an interview, it's different to when you meet them in the studio.
Different energies.
So it's great for that as well, in terms of meeting people and like. So just trying to keep consistent with everything, at the same time, which is kind of difficult, but it's like spinning loads of different plates and like trying to keep them all going.
No, I rate that.
I think the YouTube thing is probably, if I had to pick one thing right now,
it would be the YouTube thing,
it'd have to be the YouTube,
Just drop everything else and just YouTube thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so let the give the people your social media info and that.
Yeah.
Your SoundClouds and all the stuff for the people to check out.
Yeah, sure. So Instagram it's at Chris_Satta. SoundCloud it's soundcloud.com/Chris-Satta. And then YouTube, just type in Chris Satta and it'll come up. Twitter, don't go on there. Don't go on my Twitter. Waste of time.
It's just open opinions, isn't it?
Bro,
Freedom of speech.
All I do is on Twitter is complain.
I feel a thing that
Whenever I go on Twitter, all I want to do is complain.
This is a freedom of speech thing.
They got the space on there now. You might be able to create something different on there.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know,
Could be all the artists them and that. No, because they got space.
How do you mean?
Like, you know, like
Yeah, you
Clubhouse.
should try that, brother. Yeah,
They basically got like that on Twitter now. They call it space.
Okay.
So maybe you
Okay,
could
yeah,
get
I
something
know
with the
about
artists them on there. 'Cause, like,
Try that out, bro.
Cause you can control who's
I'm on Twitter about that, really.
get them on it started,
Try
innit?
it
Like,
out, bro.
Yeah.
cause you can control who speaks and that. So everybody what we speak, you can mute who speaks and who talks
Nah,
and
sick, so.
Have
you
you
get
been on
thousands of
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
listened to a couple
look,
of
it's
combos
popular in
and
the UK at the moment. Like thousands of people listen every night.
That's mad.
There's talks every night. Like thousands of people. The whole of the
Bro, I
UKC
can't
is
get
locked in.
Celebs and all that lucky
Yeah.
and all that
My head
scheme.
just hurts with all these new things that are going on, man. Like,
But yeah, you should do that as well. So
Yeah.
I'm saying, so Instagram you boomed out, and so for the events page, people them could check out.
oh yeah, sure. So yeah, my event page is Brockoff. So that's if you type in Brockoff, it'll probably come up. But it's at Brock_off_bashment, and that's all my events.
all of his
But,
events, where he's DJing.
Well, big up Cage came and
Yeah,
played
man.
my event.
Yeah,
the
man.
other night.
Respect my brother, man.
Yeah,
Respect,
man. It was a good
man.
night.
Like I said, people go check out his thing on the Instagram, the events thing. The man about everywhere. You kind of there's a couple little things I seen you post up as well, like some jerk thing on the beach and that.
Oh yeah, that's Jamaican Day Independence. Barry Island.
Where?
Barry Island.
Yeah, but come
I've
on.
never been there before, man.
What month we're talking?
August.
August.
yeah.
River Sweet. The thing sell off. One of
Yeah,
them
that's
ones
gonna be
there.
mad, bro.
Because the last beach thing I seen was like World Boss or something. That thing looked mad, didn't it? Some
Yeah,
like
World Boss Lizard.
Bournemouth or something. Yeah, it looked mad.
Where,
Beach.
what was that?
I don't know where it was, but some beach thing, some coach thing, and
okay.
some jerk. The beach was mad. It just looked mad. And I think it was like, you know, when it was Corona, but people them had enough. I said,
Yeah.
fuck it, we're out, innit? I think it was them time there still. But yeah, man. But nah, Chris, man, respect, man. I respect your
No, I appreciate that.
I respect the transition and that. Yeah, literally, I respect everything. Still, the whole YouTube thing, DJing thing, you doing your thing. Like I said, even you going to yard, them type of thing there. You know, like I know some people, I couldn't go yard. That's like that. Just fly out, innit? Just fly, go yard and do your thing, brother.
Yeah, big I got to big you guys up as well, man.
Nah, respect,
Stay
man.
consistent.
Nah, respect. Any moves for Europe and that, or is Cage kind of going a bit too deep
When
in
you
it?
say Europe, what do you mean? Like the
Any European
weekenders?
bookings in it, or ain't to that?
I've had a lot of people hit me up for these weekenders and stuff, but what I don't like about these things is they ask you to sell tickets before you can even play.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
I'm not working just to get like.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's weird because like if I was literally just
I
starting
hear
out
that.
like 10 years ago, like
Maybe.
I would have bitten their hand off. I'd be like, bro, I'll come play for free.
Free, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll
Real
sell
talk, real
200
talk.
tickets and I'll play for free. Like, but now it's like I'm at that stage where it's like I've been doing this too long now to be wanting to do that, man.
Yeah.
Even though it would help
trust
me,
me, trust
and
me.
even though like I'm not above it, like it could definitely help me and it would be worthwhile. But it's like, bro, I'm getting offered paid gigs, so like, why am I gonna pile them off
Yeah.
to try and work my ass off to sell tickets for your thing, just so I can get a flight out there? Like, I do get it. Like, it's definitely worth it. Like, it
So
probably
the reggae and dancehall thing's mad in Europe as well, isn't it? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man, they got all sorts of
mad
weekenders.
out there. It's
They got
mad.
all sorts. I had a few lined up actually before.
Some Italy sound system and all that. You know, some dread man out in Italy. Yeah,
Oh, you're
Germany
talking about
and
the
that.
European reggae festivals and stuff.
They're just a couple little things I watch on YouTube. I'm like, just whatever, just in my spare time. I'm seeing like
Yeah.
some Italian sound
Yeah, so
system
you got like that.
and
side
some
of things.
Romania. I'm like,
That's more like
rotted.
reggae. That's like more like the reggae.
The reggae thing, yeah.
Well, I'm talking more about like the urban, you know,
Mm-hmm,
like hip hop, R&B, dancehall weekenders. But yeah, there's that side of it as well, which I could probably try and tap into. But I feel like that's more reggae. Whereas now it's like my brand is more like dancehall. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So even before we cut off the interview, and that, have you ever thought about should even drop this one in earlier still sound system and that? Did you ever think about having your own sound system?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's something that I have thought about every time I see a sound string up and like
Yeah.
it's that feeling of like, yeah, we've built this and like we can control the sound. Like I remember I went to a festival, it was Boom Bap Festival, like a UK hip hop festival, and we were doing the reggae. We were sort of co-hosting the reggae stage with this sound system called Lion Pulse, who like a Bristol sound system, and like it was like we were kind of friendly with them at the time, and we all went together and like we were there for the whole week, and you know like it just became like a way of, I can see how this is like a way of life. Do you know what I mean? You set the sound up, you stay with the sound. It's like, and then you control the sound throughout the whole week, and it's like
sound system culture's gone in the UK, innit? Big time,
it's crazy,
innit?
man. If I could have my own sound system, like, bro, that'd be crazy, man.
Soon touch with them roots, man. Anyway,
I imagine it's better to set up your own sound, like in the street, like getting a permit and be like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna run a sound here today, like on the street, like that. There's no better feeling than playing music out on the street.
But you can though. You just got to get the permissions. You can though.
Yeah, but obviously you can get the permit, but you need the sound system.
You say you're not running nothing for Jubilee Day on the road and that?
Jubilee Day, what's going on?
We got 4 days, innit?
I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, 4 days.
I think I've got maybe 1 or 2 things.
Go on in yourself.
Like not
or book,
myself.
but you're booked for something.
Yeah, but I think I've got a couple of things.
You said DK, you're not look off no road.
Why? Sound there still, so can't bring out.
Mellow Mix is doing something.
Okay.
He's doing the, what do you call it? High Street.
See it there.
And he wanted me to get involved with that.
Yeah,
so he's doing the Saturday and the Sunday, I think.
Where's that? And then after things at the gate. I thought so, yeah. I thought so.
I've been there, you know.
It's like been there. It's not too bad. Just don't really want to just overdo it in there, you know? But yeah. But nah, man, respect Satta for passing through.
Thanks
and
a lot, guys. Big up.
Before we end, have you watched Top Boy Zone? Not even gonna get into that because that's for another show. But me and DK discussed that one and that. You know what I mean, bruv? But yeah, have you watched it?
2 days.
Yeah. You rate it?
Yeah, man. But I wish I had more time to take it in. Like, if it had been dropped weekly, I would have taken it in.
Just watch it again, innit? I've watched it twice. Anyway, just watch it. Cause you need to watch it again just to
even me
take it in. Bits you miss, innit?
He's the best character, man.
Even me watching it twice, I'm still missing out on things. So I've got to watch it a third time.
Yeah.
Then I got to watch it a fourth time. But yeah, shout out Sully the GOAT. Kano. Trust me. Mad as well, man. Even bust down when I got interview with Kano years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, when Kano come down long time ago. But yeah, wouldn't even mind try to get the audio for that there. But yeah, man, Satta, respect for passing through on the podcast show. Yeah, don't know the thing, brother. AKA Mr. Brockoff Black. I said, people, check out the thing, the Instagram and all them thing there. Yeah, busy summer 2022 for the man. Yeah, and like I said, it's a busy year for the podcast show. Me and DK, because we're just deb out. Yeah, we're outside as well. Like everyone said, we're outside. We was outside when everybody was inside. Yeah, no? But yeah, man, like I said, people, respect, man. Feedback and that as always, people. Done now. Shout out to everyone. Liking up the thing, subscribing the thing. Yeah. You know what to do, people. Look out for this one. This one will be out very soon.
Sunday.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It'll be out very soon. And yeah, man. Done now the thing. We're gone. No football today for me to watch either.
Lucky you, man.
Yeah, no football. Play international thing, I go on. But yeah, man, done all the thing, people. We're gone, yeah? Bless. Boom. Yes, Satta. My brother.
There you go, man. Safe, bro.
My brother.